In this year's Reputation and Reality report, we found that 92% of those surveyed said that reputation was a primary asset. I'm not surprised by that. What was surprising was there were two sectors who've been under the blowtorch recently of regulatory scrutiny and community scrutiny. That's the financial services, superannuation and banking sector and the education sector. 100% of those surveyed in those two sectors said reputation was their primary asset. It reminded me of a conversation I had recently with the chief risk officer of a large Australian insurance company. And he said his job nowadays was very focused on culture and behavior because that's where their risk lay. And he was working very closely with HR to put in place ways to manage that better. Now, we know from decades of dealing with crises that ultimately when you look back, typically it's the result of culture that has led to that crisis. And these things could be workaround strategies, poor governance or lack of governance, poor reporting, poor training, those sorts of things that lead to cultural deficiencies which result in a crisis and therefore a dent to your reputation. So what are companies doing about culture these days? Well, there's a lot that can be done. And remember, what you put in place is not necessarily the thing that's going to get you there. Often it's the cultural things you prepare to walk past and ignore that result in your next reputational crisis. And that's what you need to be looking at.